This is a video to introduce how to say honorifics like Mr., Mrs., and Miss in Mandarin Chinese. Mr. in Mandarin Chinese is 先生, 先生, and sheng is neutral, 先生. 先生means firstborn. We've seen sheng before in 生日, 先生. Mrs. is 太太, 太太, and you may have seen 太 alone before, meaning two. Miss is 小姐, little big sister. And because we have two third tones together, tone Sandy applies, so it becomes second tone, 小姐. Another word for miss is 女士, 女士. And this can be said to either a Mrs. or a Miss. It means professional woman, 女士. This is a useful word if you come across someone who you can't tell if they're a 小姐 or a 太太. You can say, 女士. Now, just like when we want to say Miss Terry or Teacher Terry, we put their last name first and we say Terry 老师. When we say Mrs. Wang, we say Wang 太太. We don't say 太太 Wang, as you'll see in our practice activities next. In this video, go ahead and assume that everyone is the gender they present as in their image. 他是金太太还是金先生？他是马先生还是马小姐？他是张小姐还是张太太？他是吕先生还是吕太太？他是林小姐还是林先生？他是陈小姐还是陈女士？To continue your practice, go to this Google Doc, which is linked in Schoology, and then look at the pictures and record whether you would use 先生、太太、小姐 or 女士 for each person. When I was in China, I found myself using 先生 and 小姐 the most when I was on the street interrupting people. Like in this picture when he's asking the front desk for help, or when he's asking for directions. Whenever I need to get someone's attention, I'd be like, 请问, please may I ask? 请问小姐, or 打扰一下先生. And it turns out that isn't how I should be using it. You only use 先生 and 小姐when you know the person's name and you're referring to them formally, which I never really had to use because everyone Chinese I talked to was really a 老师, which you would use instead. On the street, when you're bothering people, if they're older than you, you would call them 叔叔 or 阿姨, uncle or aunt. Or if they're a stranger around your generation, you would call them 美女, beautiful woman, or 帅哥, hey, handsome guy. That's the real colloquial and local way to refer to them. And this is important because, and I wanted to make sure to tell you this, because even though it's not in the textbook, I was told almost immediately upon learning 小姐 that 小姐 is also slang for prostitute. And that made me intensely uncomfortable calling anyone 小姐. But it turns out as long as you say it 小姐 with correct tones and don't make it 小姐 with a neutral tone, you're usually okay. And especially if you use it with the surname, like Wang 小姐, then you're especially okay. But if you're on the street and you want to get someone's attention, then you should definitely call them. Then I would recommend that you call them 美女 rather than 小姐 or 阿姨 if they're older than you.